We do have Pasty. Hold on, Pasty. I'm going to get yours in here in just a minute. He's coming in. The hell? Or did I already do it? Wait, did I already do this one? Here.
Pasty George.
Yeah.
Oh, it already came in?
Yeah.
Wait, did it?
Yeah.
I recommend that complaining and nonsense. You can't handle the facts and valid points some of the other women are making.
It's been a while.
$30 TTS. $30 TTS. Okay, McKenna. Women do not have equal rights to men in the USA. Why is that?
I think my thought process there is just in regards probably to not being allowed to do what we want to do with our own bodies. And I understand there's birth control available and there are condoms available. And I understand that getting an abortion is not like something that could be a right, but I think you should be allowed to do what you want to do with your own body. And if you are pregnant, you shouldn't have to be forced to carry the pregnancy depending on the state that you live in.
But what would this have to do with equal rights between men and women?
Yeah, because men don't have that. They actually have zero options. So where's the equality? That would be more of a privilege.
You have to be of a certain age, and like there's a lot of other factors into being like able to go and get your tubes tied as a woman if you're single, and you're not in a relationship with a man.
So the same.
I could have gotten my tubes tied at 15.
My fiance is gonna.
Like I have a disease that directly affects my uterus, and in order to get rid of that disease, I could get a hysterectomy. I can make that decision. I can also make the decision to do porn, which is literally deciding what I do with my body on a daily basis.
No, she's right though. Doctors, I want to get my tubes tied, and my even though I have 2 kids, I'm 28.
I'm not saying that she's wrong.
My fiance has to sign off on that, but he wants to get a vasectomy, and I also have to sign off on it. So that's something that we aren't taught as women. I wasn't either. I was shocked because I was like, what a disservice, but it goes both ways.
Mm-hmm. As far as my understanding though, he only has to get it signed off by you because you guys are together, the vasectomy? Like if he were a single man, he could just go get a vasectomy?
No, if he, depending on how old he was and how many kids he has.
With respect to
then I'd say that's just misinformation. Not on your part. I mean, on the majority of the population not understanding that a man has to get any type of...
Part of that has to do with that when you want something like that done, it's a surgery. Your insurance company is paying for it. If there is not a medical necessity for it, your insurance company does not want to pay out for something like that.
In relation to this, I don't know if you guys have heard of like the daddy stitch. Or like
getting the stitch to make the vaginal opener tighter.
That still happens in a lot of places. It was only like within the past. No, it's absolutely not.
No, I've heard nurses and stuff talk about it.
Not even too far back, like maybe 10 years, they started to get rid of that. But I literally just looked it up recently.
This is like a very dubious claim.
It's not though. It is
okay.
Like
well,
factual.
How do you differentiate? Hold on. So I agree that it possibly has happened, or it has happened that this has been done where they do an additional stitch for the pleasure of the husband. Again, I've actually not seen any evidence for this. I looked into this.
Oh yeah, no, the woman has to consent.
I looked into this. My understanding though that they're trying to conflate women who have had vaginal tearing, and the doctor does what is medically necessary by stitching up a vaginal tear.
I think the thing is the guy says, "Oh, throw another stitch in there for me." They don't do that though.
Yeah, they don't do that anymore.
Ridiculous. This is some like feminist trope.
No, I mean, I definitely will do more research. I will definitely do more research to make sure I don't make the mistake of saying the wrong thing again.
The tubes tied. Hold on.
Okay.
The tubal ligation, it does not require a husband's signature or consent. From the research I've just done.
A tubal what?
Getting tubes tied does not require a husband's signature or consent.
But some doctors will deny you. Like,
won't allow you to do it.
Yeah, but part of that has to do
due to how
with
young you are and being single.
Hold on, but here's the thing. I think what you're trying to get at is that it perhaps is a longer, there's more perhaps hoops you have to jump through to get your tubes tied, but that's because it's a more invasive procedure, and I don't believe it's reversible, whereas vasectomies can be reversible. So vasectomies are done. I don't know if with tubes tied, you have to like go under and, you have to be put under. The vasectomy is it's not a particularly invasive procedure. No. You're in and out pretty quick. And so I don't know. There's a lot of things being thrown out here. It seems a bit dubious, but
I'll definitely do more research into that.
But
Yeah, me too.
when it comes to equal rights, I think we're talking about something that's sort of like a law, something like that. So, McKenna, I'm just asking again. You say women do not have equal rights to men in the USA. I ask how.
The only point of subject that I had on that I was thinking of was about the body autonomy and the rights with our bodies and having access to care, being able to get it done, like you said, with less hoops to jump through necessarily. But I also didn't know that any man had to have any type of, like you saying you had to sign off for your partner for him to get a vasectomy or want to get a vasectomy. Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing, so that's ignorance on my part there.
Yeah, it might be different here.
It may be different here because I was like, I didn't think about that. I was like, as far as I knew here, that's not how it was, or that the man had more of the right over himself. But that's really the only point of contention that my mind jumped to.
But abortion is something that sort of primarily is related to women. But again, as it relates to equal rights, you can make the argument that in order for equality to exist between men and women on this issue, you would have to roll back abortion rights entirely for there to be equality between men and women.
Yeah, or you could just give men the same amount of time to choose that women have. It's called financial abortion.
Or legal paternal surrender.
And I don't understand why that's not a thing, because
I definitely think that should be a thing.
there are teachers who have and this isn't just some weird propaganda. You can Google it. There's many news stories where a grown-ass woman has molested a teenage boy. He got her pregnant and he had to pay child support.
Yes.
So you've got men paying to their perpetrators. So I think men actually very clearly have less rights over their own autonomy than women do. They don't even have birth control. What the fuck?
Okay, well, it seems like nobody has any support for women not having equal rights to men in the USA. I think the last one on the questionnaire that we'll do, then we're going to let some roasts come in. By the way, guys, $30 TTS, get the roasts in. We're going to let a few collect, then we'll get them all out. Wrong for high body count men to prefer to date low body count or virgin women. Why is that?
Yeah, I circled that one too.
Why Taylor? Oh no, she didn't. Taylor didn't circle that one.
I just feel like body count
unfortunately.
shouldn't really matter. If you like somebody, you like somebody. I don't think it should matter who they slept with, how many times they've slept with somebody. Like a pass is a pass.
Almost everyone here, though, except for Taylor, it seems, agrees. Wrong for high body count men to prefer to date low body count or virgin women.
It's like broke women that don't have any sort of aspirations to do anything in life demanding a rich man. It's like, why? Why do you equate to that type of value? It's the same thing as like a woman, like a Bonnie Blue, well, she does demand virgins, but never mind, let's pick a different one. It's like, even, if somebody with like you've got a very high body count, if you were to demand a virgin, I would probably actually question your intentions and assume you're a predator, actually, because it's like naivety to me.
Yeah.
Virginity comes with like naivety and inexperience. And so if you're somebody that has a lot of experience and you're purposefully seeking somebody with no experience, sus. Questionable.
Why is it sus?
Because there's it's
taking away an innocence in a way.
not quite.
It's the wanting them to never be touched. I don't know. I have my own opinion about this. It's that men want to believe that they are like the best sexual partner that this person has ever been with.
Right.
And so they want to be with somebody who's never really been with anybody because they don't have anything to compare it to.
Wait,
that's
but what would
just,
actually, let's grant that. Let's say that, yes, these men they want to be the best with that woman.
nothing wrong with that.
What's that? What's actually wrong with that?
I don't see something wrong with that. I think
But
if it's I don't know,
preference
if we're
versus
thinking about like a
expectation.
sultan wanting 10 virgin girls over like one, Mary Magdala, like I understand why the sultan would want pure women to create a pure legacy, if that makes sense.
But so here's the thing
I don't know if I'm going off
struggle
topic.
with this here, this idea that, so guys, so I'm trying to think the framing on this. Okay, here it is. So if it is wrong for men to have a preference towards women who have had less sex, then your position must be that men should want their girlfriend or wife to have fucked more men. Like, that would be more idealistic than.
I don't believe I'm saying that. I'm thinking like the men would like a lower body count type thing. For me, I would want
Right, but if
a
that's-
guy who has been with more women because I would want him to be
You
more
want them
skilled.
to be more experienced.
Yeah.
Well, there's a differential here between what it takes to be good in bed between a man and a woman.
Sometimes connections all you need,
yeah.
man.
But again, where I get stumped here is, then if it's wrong for a man to want a woman with a low body count or to be a virgin, then the opposite then must be true. Then it must be a desirable thing for the guy to like want his girlfriend to have been through as much dick as possible. Which
But
is
what
a
about our
really,
feelings?
which
What-
seems like
what
a
do we want a
way
man ran
worse,
through?
like a way more untenable position than the guy who wants to date a virgin or a woman with a low body count.
Okay. I think I'm getting a little confused, so I'm not gonna.
I maybe take mine back because I see the word prefer now. Preference is everybody can prefer whatever they want. To expect it is where it gets sussed out. Even preferring, I'd be like, like why? But I mean, some people are into like tossing salads, and I'm like, why, right? But preferences, fine. But if you're gonna expect it, it's just delusional. It's like it's like an OnlyFans model expecting this like super rich guy that's gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not realistic
Well,
in my opinion. I just think
but
it's weird.
I think the difference here, though, is I think this is because this is what men are attracted to. They're attracted to women with a low body count or women who are virgins. I think there's differentials. There's asymmetry between what men are attracted to and what women are attracted to. But I wouldn't, for example, a woman who lacked confidence, but she was attracted to men who had confidence. I wouldn't think that it would be wrong for her to desire confidence in a partner if she's lacking in that trait or any other trait.
Yeah,